In this video, I want to talk to you about the Juki HZL-HT710. The 710 is one of the newest models in the Juki line. It gives you a lot of great features and a very great price. Let's dive into this machine and show you all the features and stitches and what you can just do with it. The first thing you're going to notice with the HT710, it's a lighter weight machine, and we've been wanting this for the longest with Juki to get a computerized machine. It's 13 pounds in weight. Has plenty of stitches on it. This machine is going to have a lot of computer controls built onto it. All my computer controls are just right in front of me. Here I'll access the stitch width. Here I adjust my stitch length. My buttons are right there for me, so I don't have to reach around the machine or try to find them. Here I can override the speed of the machine. Now the 710 comes with a foot control, but you also have start stop. So if you don't want to use the foot control, unplug it, and now I can use the start stop. So red is stop, green will mean go, so all I have to do now is lower the pressure foot. There are safety features built in that I can't just push buttons and the machine will start operating. There are safety features built in that I just can't hit a button, the machine starts automatically. I have to have a few things engaged for the machine to be able to do the stitches. The 710 has even more computer controls on it. Here I have needle up, needle down. There's times I want the needle to stop in the fabric if I'm turning a corner, or if I'm doing applique work and get to the point of a star, the design that I'm doing. Say for example, I can have it stop needle in the fabric, or I can have it stop needle out of the fabric, which you would probably do most of the time, because you don't want to rip your fabric and you want to make sure the needle's out of it, so maybe I don't bend or dull my needle. Here is AutoLock. AutoLock is a great feature to have on a machine. You'll probably never use the reverse that's built in anymore. What AutoLock does for me, when I get to the end of the seam or where I want to secure a stitch, I just push that button and it's going to actually sew 2 stitches, locking that stitch in for me automatically. A huge feature they've added to this machine is the built-in scissor. Now I can just push a button, it's going to snip my bobbin and my top thread for me all at one time. This machine will have the ability to do the horizontal spool pin. There's a place right here that I can put a vertical spool pin. So if I want to do twin needle sewing, I can. If I have a larger spool of thread or just an awkward shaped spool of thread, I'm able to use that. My path to threading is very easy. Everything is going to be channeled for me to get into the tension and all the thread guides. Everywhere I need to go, there's guides here and here to get the thread where I need it. And the machine does have a built-in needle threader for me. It does have the adjustable pressure that's regulating the amount of force being pressed down on the garment. So for lighter weight materials, we may need to back that off just a little bit, so I make sure that I don't bear that down into my needle plate. If I'm working with heavier materials, sometimes we may need to make it a little bit stronger so it's holding that fabric secure onto my feed dogs. The 710 does have the extra high lift under the presser foot, so I can get my thicker fabrics underneath the needle. I don't have to worry about it getting underneath the foot. It does have the 7-point feed dog system. Here I've got 7 places that the fabric is touching my feed dog. So for lighter weight material, it really makes a big difference. It's more surface area touching those fabric. The easier it's going to be for the machine to feed it, less puckering as the needle's penetrating the garment. I do have the top drop-in bobbin system on this machine. I can see the bobbin all the time to see how much thread is on it. It's very easy to thread the bobbin as well. On this particular machine, there's one slit that it goes through, and there's a little channel that you follow. The machine will have on the top there for me a little placard that shows me how to thread that bobbin. Ken Sewing Center is here to help you with any machine you purchase from us. You get our premium support package. I have 4 full-time technicians here 6 days a week to help you, several educators to answer any questions. So you can be sitting in front of your machine, pick up the phone, we can talk you through things over the phone with no problem whatsoever. If you need to know what type of accessory that you need that's compatible with the machine, or if you're doing a certain project, what we recommend, we can help you with that as well. There's a lot of different presser feet that Juki makes as well as other companies makes that will work with the 710. 710 does have the removable accessory tray, and I can keep all my accessories inside that tray. This exposes the free arm here, so when I'm hemming a pair of blue jeans, a pant leg, a shirt sleeve, I'm able to do that. And the free arm is a little bit longer on this particular machine, so I can get my stitches further up the pant leg or the shirt sleeve. On the back side, I will have a lever that will drop my feed dogs, and that's very important if you're wanting to darn a hole, put on a button, or if you want to do some free motion quilting, free motion stippling, you're able to do that because I can drop those feed dogs. Then when I get ready to raise them, I just flip the switch back, turn my hand wheel, and the feed dogs will come back up. On my metal needle plate, I have markings that helps me give a seam allowance. We do carry other attachments and seam guides that will help you if you're needing a seam guide to mount onto your needle plate. We have those. On the side of the machine, there is a little razor here that can also rake the thread across if I don't want to hit the scissor every time. When I get ready to pull a stitch up, the machine's going to have all the most popular stitches built into it. The 710 has 60 built-in sewing and utility stitches. On the front here is my first most 20 popular that's right onto the machine. I have straight stitch and I can adjust that stitch length. I can actually move the needle over left or right of center. So putting in a zipper, quartering, or piping, I'm able to do that. I do have stitches that will sew for knits. This one sews 2 stitches forward and 1 in reverse, automatically back tacking the stitch. I have zigzag and I adjust that stitch width up to 7 millimeters. I do have some stretch stitches built in. This here is the double rick-rack. It's also used as a decorative stitch. I will have some overcasting stitches, just like what you'd see on a serger. It will be included on this machine. The machine will have blind hems built in. There's another overcasting stitch. Here's the old-timey feather stitch. And I do have the one-step buttonholes that will come on the 710. This machine comes with a specialized attachment. We can place the button we're working with in it, and it's going to size that buttonhole every time to the style of button that we're working with. You will get this placard, and on the placard it shows me even more stitches. You do get this placard that comes with it. We'll have eyelet stitch, we'll have some of the satin stitches, scallop stitches that are built in. I have applique stitches on this machine and more decorative stitches to embellish garments with. Now, just because the 710 is lighter in weight, that does not mean it's a plastic machine. This particular machine has the metalworking components. It's going to have the larger motor, just like you're used to with Juki. It's got the same great Juki quality. This machine can easily handle 8 layers of denim. So here I'm going to fold over, and this pretty much represents the side seam on a pair of blue jeans. I can raise that presser foot up to get the fabric underneath. Notice it's changed from red to green. I'm ready to go. I've got it on a straight stitch, about half speed. So we'll start sewing. Now I'm going to back that down. I'm going to show you just how this can crawl down onto the material. This is working with a stretch piece of material. Then I'm going to go to a cotton. And we'll speed it up. I'm going to show you how the AutoLock feature works on this machine. I had AutoLock. It's going to tie that stitch off for me. Then I can hit my scissor. I don't have to go and grab that scissor out of my tools anymore. It snipped the bobbin and the top thread flush and neat for me. So I've sewn here 8 layers of denim, which is extreme heavy. It's about the heaviest you probably will sew on this machine, to a stretch material, any kind of knit material you're generally used to using, to a standard cotton. I have not had to adjust tension, which is right here. The Juki 710, the tension is not finicky whatsoever on this machine. It's going to be real easy for you to operate. Ken Sewing Center is your authorized Juki dealer. We carry everything made for the Juki machines. We're going to be here to help you after the sale. If you have questions, problems, anything we can help you with on it, we're here to help you for the life you own the machine. Feel free to check the 710 out on our website. Drop us an email or give us a call anytime.